I wanted to discuss new music of the day because LL Cool J dropped the Force album. Branson, have you got a chance to listen to it? Okay. My thoughts, because Hassan told me he has not listened to the album.
I only heard one song off of it.
Yeah. Now, I'm going to say this, because LL Cool J's album, I originally was expecting, once I heard Q-Tip was producing the whole thing, I was expecting really, really dope production and borderline lackluster lyrics from LL, just because I've just been not checking for LL the past decade. The last LL album I remember bumping was Mr. Smith. And so I went into this expecting to hear some really good production and really average. I ain't going to say whack, but I thought LL was going to be rapping about eating ass with vanilla ice cream again. But to my surprise, LL was on there spitting.
Really?
LL was dropping bars, man. I was not expecting that lyrical effort. But Q-Tip's beats, to me, they just wasn't. It's not that they were bad, but it's just, to me, it just didn't match.
Outdated?
It didn't match LL. Okay, we talking now? Let me turn your mic on.
I mean, the album is definitely dope, and it goes to reinforce that LL is one of the best rhymers of all time. Like, he really is one of the best. He might be the GOAT. Like, as much as people, LL really might be the GOAT.
LL be the GOAT? Well, he is the one who created the term
He
GOAT.
coined it, and I mean, like, LL, when LL was at the top of the game, LL was really that dude. Like,
I mean, LL has always been nice. It's just, what? I wouldn't put him above Jay. I wouldn't put him above Nas.
Yeah, exactly.
I put him in the same, like, they're all in the same tier. They're tier. He's tier one. LL is tier one.
I'm gonna tell you why, because
what?
I'm gonna tell you why, because he veered off early in his rap career into movies and shows and stuff.
Yeah, he was one of the first rapper actors.
Nevertheless, his catalog has him tier one.
I mean, he has a consistent.
And before you
if you put his
Jingling Baby, Booming System,
something like a phenomenon.
He's got so many hits.
Yeah, he do.
Don't play my boy. He's a tier one.
Nobody playing him, but we just saying we cannot put him above Jay. You cannot even put him above Nas.
But he's on the same tier as them.
You can't even put him above Busta Rhymes.
He is on the same tier as them. Yes, he is.
He's only there because he is a first
and
pioneer.
on top of that, this man is the one who came up with the ballad rap.
Yeah, he is the first.
So he's tier one, and it's not even debatable.
It is debatable.
Nah, it's not debatable.
It is debatable.
His albums, his hit singles.
I lost count. Like,
he's got a good bit of albums. His hit singles, he definitely has those. And then, like you said, how many? Who?
How many would you play? How many LL albums have replay value?
Matter of fact, how many LL albums would
That's
you
where
listen from beginning to end? I can't even recall. You can name.
Does he have a classic album?
No. In my opinion, he don't.
Walk with the Panther, possibly.
Walking with a Panther.
What? No.
That album was dope.
He don't have a classic album. He don't, because all his hits has been spread out over all his albums.
I mean, he has a killer discography. The greatest hits album is going to be fucking ridiculous.
You're right.
Now,
but he don't have a classic album. He doesn't have a classic album though.
But he has enough hits to give him tier one.
And again, this is where the different tier. He's like, all right, so Jay and Nas and Busta be tier A. They be 1A.
Nah, he right there with them. He all 1A too.
We just asked, do he have any classic albums? No, he don't. Can we say, do Jay got a classic album? Yes.
Jay has more than one.
No, I'm about to get there. Can we say Jay has more than 2 classic albums? Yes. Can we say Jay has more than 5 classic albums?
Yeah,
I don't know about that.
But his influence. What I'm saying is his influences on the culture is huge.
I'm not questioning
all of this goes
I'm
into
not
the
in question.
All of this goes
Curtis
into
Blow had an influence on him.
discography.
Where is he in your top 10?
Discography.
MOD had influence on
his
on
discography. Like you said, his discography is probably what top 10
now, if you go
hip hop all time.
If you're going
that's
route,
tier
fine.
1A.
What I'm saying is, if we're talking about, I'm specifically narrowing it down.
Mm-hmm.
Do he has a classic album?
Even
yes
without the classic album, he's still tier 1A.
Hold on though, but everybody that we name, they have more than one classic album.
Okay, but Nas doesn't have. You're screaming Nas, but he doesn't have the same effect that LL does. Like,
are you serious?
I'm dead.
Well, I mean,
like,
LL has more club joints.
Yeah. LL, you can't compare Nas to LL. There's no way. LL has so many.
Number one, they're not. They're not the same type of MCs. That's number one. So you're right. You can't compare the two. They're not the same type of MCs. LL music is pretty much geared to women. Nas music is geared to the streets. You cannot deny Nas storytelling. You feel what I'm saying?
I didn't knock Nas storytelling.
They are two different MCs.
But you cannot be like, well, he's in tier B. No, he's a tier A rapper. He is. His discography says that.
I separated.
Because he doesn't have a classic album.
So what GOAT don't have a classic album? What GOAT don't? What if you gonna name somebody the GOAT? They had to be the best at what they do. Meaning they got, like, if we say, like when we say Michael Jordan is the GOAT, right? Why we call him the GOAT? Because the nigga got 6 rings. He won 2 3-peats. You feel what I'm saying? Something that nobody has done, and he's undefeated in the playoffs. Mm-hmm. So you can't. That's the GOAT status.
You're saying winning. So are you talking about winning awards? Because I know LL has more awards than Nas.
No. What I said was, despite LL, all his success, all his hits that he has,
14 albums.
Exactly. Out of all 14 albums, do he have one classic? No, he don't.
But his discography is better than probably 95% of hip hop artists.
I just sat here and said, to separate, if we're gonna put him in GOAT status, right? Now, this is GOAT status for MCs. Do they have a classic album? Yes. Do they have more than 2 classic albums? Yes. Do they have more than 3 classic albums? Yes.
Okay.
So with that being said, that's GOAT status.
So this is my thing then, because everybody likes to say, I'm gonna use Jada.
He's a GOAT.
No, he's not.
Why?
By what the criteria you gave him, he ain't got one classic album.
How many albums he got?
It don't matter.
Like 2.
He got 2. You really disrespect.
How many solo albums?
Jadakiss probably got 4 or 5.
Okay,
out of those 5, he don't have
album.
No.
Yes, he does.
No, he doesn't.
Yes, he does.
I don't think
he doesn't. He doesn't. But
nobody calls Jada the GOAT.
You're screaming him a GOAT.
But I ain't calling him the GOAT. You calling him the GOAT.
You did.
I didn't mention Jada.
When we run this back and you're saying Jadakiss is a GOAT.
I did not mention
And then I'm like, well, he ain't got the classic album.
No, I said Jay. I said Nas. And I said I can even throw in Busta Rhymes. That's what I said.
What's Buster's classic?
What?
I answer the question
I would
before
say
you
when
jump.
disaster strikes.
What's the name of it?
The first one he
What
dropped.
is it?
What's the name of the first
The Coming.
I said the first one.
I personally like When Disaster Strikes.
When Disaster Strikes is dope.
The point
that's a dope album.
You proving my point. The question I asked you was, do LL have a classic album? Out of all 14 albums that he has, does he have one classic album? No. Does he have 2 classic?
But on my GOAT list, LL is number 5.
Say what?
On my GOAT list, the greatest of all time, LL is number 5.
6 albums.
Yes.
Okay, so.
And his first one was his best.
I said that.
What was that? Kiss of Death?
Who that?
Jada's first album.
I said that. But I didn't mention
and that wasn't a classic.
You asked the question, could Jada be on GOAT status? I said I could. Because that nigga bar for bar, he murdering anybody.
But he don't have the classic album.
He got one in my opinion.
It's not classic.
Okay, well, you proved my point. LL isn't a GOAT. As far as MCs, as far as if you put him in, he's 1B. If you put him amongst Nas, Jay-Z, and Busta Rhymes, that's 1A. He doesn't have a classic
I wouldn't
album.
put Busta on the same level as Jay and Nas.
Why not?
Because he's not
that
lyrically
type of
the
MC.
same of he's not lyrically the same type of artist that Nas and Jay are.
Busta don't do introspective rhymes.
Okay. In my opinion, he brings in a different style.
Yeah,
He brings
style
a different,
is unique.
Right, the style is unique, and based off his uniqueness and how diverse he has been with uniqueness, that's why me personally, I put him up there because what? But Nas,
Busta don't. Okay,
go ahead. Nas,
I was just
Nas. He's like street storytelling.
Yeah.
Okay. Busta is when we talking about would Busta consider as a pop artist in there? I said. Yeah. He didn't have that pop artist status, even though his music did, because his music did cross over. I ain't even gonna stand on that. His music did cross over. So with that being said, that's the reason why his diversity, based off his type of style in the hip hop, that's the reason why I have him there. And he does have more than one classic albums.
I don't think so.
He does. He got one. He got one.
Well, in regards to this current album, I was just a little disappointed.
Out of 5, give it rated.
I would give it 3 out of 5.
I'll give it the same.
Yeah, because I was expecting better production for Q2. It just didn't fit LL. That's in my opinion. The beats weren't bad. I think they would have been better for another artist, but it's jacked up because LL lyrically was like, that's the best part of the album in my opinion, was LL's lyrics, because he was spitting. He was spitting bars. Yeah, but I think they should have been more commercially viable tracks, or I think it was a little too experimental in my opinion, and I don't know whose fault that is. I don't know if Q-Tip gave him those beats and said make it work, or if LL heard these beats specifically
and said I want to use those.
I want those ones. I don't know who's responsible for the picking.
I like hit making L. Like I think that's like the thing with Drake. I like hit making Drake.
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying? And so when LL's going lyrical, kind of changes it up a little bit. Like you say, I
still like it.
I love the album, but like you say, wasn't expecting it. Kind of hit me with a curve.
Yeah. So. Yeah, that was shocking because, like I said, I was expecting the production to be good and the raps to be average, but it turned out the production was average and the raps were really good. But it's still an album worth listening to. I doubt it'll make it into my rotation. But, you know, I'll tell people.
How long do albums last in your rotation? Because
very
when
rarely.
I think about you already have a set playlist, like songs you just love to hear. You don't have a set playlist?
I keep them in. I keep my playlist rotating about every 2 to 3 months. So, yeah, I always add new songs based on what I hear. I know there ain't been no new Griselda. I think Griselda's lost their magic. Did you hear the new shit Conway dropped with it was a bunch of people.
Last thing I heard was Benny and Fab. But I think they're going to drop a group album. I think that's
that's their last hope because they've ran out of juice.
Well,
really
right now I think Benny is the dopest rapper out right now.
But I'm not talking about bars. I'm talking about projects because that Summertime Butch, I don't play it.
That was more of a Black Soprano Family. I believe that was more of a Black Soprano Family.
I don't know what it was, but it says Summertime Butch. How is it a Soprano family and his name is Summertime Butch?
Because he's the one who is most recognized out the group. Because everybody's on the project. Fuego Bass, Heem, my boy Ricky. They're all on the project. So to me, it's more like a BSF project.
Okay. So the album that came out this week it's Ransom, Conway the Machine, and V Don. Chaos is My Ladder too. That's the name of the album. I heard a couple tracks earlier today. It was alright. You know, again, none of it's gonna get into my rotation. I can't say it's whack because Conway was spitting.
Ransom be spitting too.
Yeah, Ransom was spitting on the project too.
He kind of don't get the props he deserves. But I like Ransom. I do like Ransom.
Yeah, Ransom's cool, but I just think Griselda's lost their magic. Whatever their magic was, all their projects.
I think it's because they've all just branched out to do their own thing. You know,
but even the own thing is whack. That's what I'm saying.
I believe when they come back together and do the in-house productions where we just want Alchemist, Derringer,
yeah.
we just want and Conductor. Those are the only three we want making beats for you on this album.
Well, they need to do that because they've been slipping on these albums. I ain't been excited about none of them.
We have to mention this right quick.
What's up?
Robin, Kiss to Death. That right there. That was the second album. Kiss
of Death was the second. Yeah. Oh, Kiss the Game Goodbye was.
That's what.
It's not a classic. It was his album.
I mean, they got some
albums.
You know, my favorite Jadakiss song is that Wouldn't Get Far joint. By Your Side. By Your Side. That's it. It's the same sample.
And I love Jadakiss. That's why it kind of hurts when I talk down on Jadakiss, because when he first came out, there was nobody that was as dope as Jada. When he first came out, he was killing mix CDs, everything he was on, Jada killed. And that's why it kind of hurts me when I be like, but he ain't got no classic albums.
It's just the fact of the matter.
That's what bothers me about him. Bars,
he have a dope ass greatest hits album.
Yeah, he will.
But songs, no.
Like you're taking more Lock songs than Jadakiss songs.
He wrote
See, the thing about Jada is he's good for a hot 16. That's it.
Yeah.
Oh, he's the feature.
That's what I'm saying. That's his best.
He's the best hot 16.
He can't do 3 hot 16s in one song, so he just gives you one really good hot 16. What? A 3-verse Jada song. I'm not saying they all trash.
I'm not saying it, but it's just By Your Side. Like, okay, so Jada's biggest hit was I'm going to go out on a limb and say why. No, I'm gonna say why.
Why?
I think why might have been. We gonna make it possibly, and but why is strictly Jada. Yeah, we gonna make it as Styles and Jada.
What was it?
Yeah, we gonna make it Styles and Jada.
Shit, Go Ahead was tough, boy.
Yeah.
What?
But to me, why is his biggest hit?
Of course, because that was him, and that was the first time him.
Yeah.
Outside the locks.
Yeah. So that's pretty dope. Okay. Well, let's keep it moving.
No disrespect, Jada, because I love you, but I just ain't got no classic album. The bars are there, though.
Yeah, you in my top 10.
The bars are there.
Yeah, Jada's dope. I'm not mad at anybody liking him, but
no, you can't be mad. Like I said, when he first came out, there was nobody touching Jada.
Exactly. Okay, so